Well, hello and welcome back, and thanks for coming back. Where are we? That's what you're wondering. Well, we're dropping down towards Konya village. That's Paphos town, uptown, midtown, and even lower town in the distance. And of course, just over yonder is the blue Mediterranean Sea. It's a bit of a gloomy day today, by the way, just out of curiosity, if you're wondering what's going on. We've got some dust in the air, and that dust makes the sky that little bit grey, so we're having a bit of a dust storm coming in off the Sahara, that kind of thing. It's quite common this time of year, and sometimes the sky can actually go quite pink with the sheer volume of dust. So if you are in downtown Paphos today and you're wandering around, please well, try and stay indoors, because obviously dust going into the lungs is not the best of things. For sure, that's right. Anyway, here we are, downtown Konya village, working our way down towards the Limassol roundabout. At that roundabout, we're going to go straight, and we're going to go down towards the former Debenhams, and then we're going to keep on going down towards Paradise. That's where we're going. What we're going down there for? Well, to get the great view, and I fancy a bit of breakfast as well. So that's what we're going for. Now, big shout out to the crew. Let's go and check what's going on with the dolly birds in the kitchen. Of course, those dolly birds are Miss Vivian, Miss Nessie, and of course Miss Beverly. And they're cooking up a bit of a froth and a frenzy in the kitchen there. There's lots of cakes getting done. There's lots of special cakes for special people. Mr. Nigel, Miss Debbie, and of course their princess, Miss Maya. They're going to get some special cheesecake, blueberry cheesecakes, because cupcakes, sorry, because that's what they fancy. And of course there's another princess as well who does like a little bit of blueberry cheesecake, especially when it's been crafted into a rather nice looking cupcake. And of course her name is Princess Darley. And yes, go on Queen Karine, go on Cuz King James, if you want one you can have one as well. Now let's go and check on the sofas and see who's in town, shall we say. Well, we always understand that Dame Anne's with us, because of course she's in the girl who's actually in charge of pretty much about everything on the Marika and Me breakfast crew. And of course sitting with her is our legality specialist, of course our superstar, the one and only Anna Star. She's sitting there and she's checking on all the legalities and making sure that these tongue twisting things are not breaching YouTube rules and all that kind of thing. And of course, talking about tongue twisting, well, there's two porn stars sitting on either arm. One of them, that's the Viking, Mr. Viking Ronnie, all the way from up in Denmark. Of course, originally he comes from Israel, which is just over those blue Mediterranean, well, bits of sea over there. Look at this bad bit of driving here. Now she's understood. There we are. Where are you going? What are you doing? I've got no idea what you're doing. Yes, and neither is she by the looks of it. Anyway, that reminds me, I remember another superstar who actually hired that very car. And of course it is Sir Richard. That's the car you had, isn't it, Sir Richard, when you were here? That's Sir Richard, who's in charge of our website, marikaandme.com. He's the man that helped to, well, fund it, construct it, and now sponsors it. So that's a big shout out to you, Sir Richard. Of course, the one and only Julie Nash, his partner in crime, and of course my little friend, who's not actually that little, and of course his name is Mr. Leo. So big shout out to you guys, and of course our friend and your friend, the one and only Sean Broad, the greatest car bodywork and car mechanic in the world. Now he's retired, and of course now he's involved in a business with Sir Richard, and they like to cook up potions and all those kind of things. So why not go and have a quick look at their website by clicking through on Hustle 15, and they're the sponsors of the marikaandme.com website. So go and have a look at that as well. And there's a place where you can actually upload photographs. Now, they don't have to be photographs of you in Paphos. They can be any photographs, you know. Why not share some photographs of, well, your friends, your family. Let us all get to know you, because we're one big happy family on Marika and Me. If you haven't worked that one out by now, all we are great friends. We understand that most of us are not related, but we are related through the website called Marika and Me. That's for sure. So, where are we now? Well, that's the new mall that's been constructed there. It's the former original Paphos mall, That's what it was called originally, and that closed down in about 2012-ish. It's been empty for obviously more than 10 years, and now it's reopened, and basically it's a fancy clothes shop which is part of the former Debenhams group, if you understand me, and on top of all that, it is the new home centre DIY, which obviously, as the name suggests, it's a home centre and a DIY centre, which was the one down the bottom here at the former Debenhams roundabout, and that's where it's moved to, because of course they're going to knock this one down and they're going to build a 27-storey skyscraper. Yes, skyscrapers are coming to downtown Paphos, so if you're looking for that special apartment and you want to have a view of the world, well, this could be that special place for you. Now, a big shout out to two superstars who for the last couple of days have not been mentioned actually, and the reason for that is because of course we're now in an S-Class, so the roads don't seem quite so bad, but we do understand that Lady so sweet Caroline is sitting there on the sofa just over yonder, but just by her side, just in case, she has got one of those memory foam pillows just to get her jumper on, just in case these roads do deteriorate. And I promise you, in certain parts of Paphos, not even an S-Class can smooth out those roads, that's for sure. And a big shout out, of course, to her partner in crime and my great friend, the one and only Lord Nigel Big Guns. And of course they'll be coming out to Paphos soon. There's a bit of a car accident gone on there. Someone's hit someone in the jumper. It happens pretty much 2 to 3 times a day on every single roundabout in Paphos and possibly in the world. It's called people driving around without due care and attention. Most of the time they're on a mobile phone or perhaps making a YouTube video as they drive around. Anyway, this is the tree-lined avenue down to paradise, and as I say, I apologise for the little bit of gloom in the sky. It's a little bit grey blue today, isn't it? Very pale blue indeed. And if you're curious to know what the temperature is, if your name is Miss Dawn, you've got a husband called Mr. Sean, you've got a cat that you stole from Cyprus a few years back called Miss Daisy, and you've got a Yorkshire Terrier called Bobo, well, the temperature today, according to the Mercedes, is 23 degrees, and they have forecasted a high of 25 to 26 today. So, well, if your name is Jamie and you're coming on a big bird in a week or so, well, the weather's not too bad. And Mr. George at the Alexco Apartments and the Friends Bar is waiting for you. Don't forget to mention Marika and me, and you never know, you might get a free can of, well, it doesn't sell Coke, but you might get a free can of Pepsi or something. Seemed like a really nice guy, open, welcoming, so I'm pretty sure that anyone who checks into there or anyone who perhaps pops into the bar is going to get a great time indeed. And as time goes on, we'll become more and more friendly with him, and we will take you on an apartment tour. That's what he, on the way back, if you understand, he collared us and said you should have gone and seen one of the apartments, but we didn't want to push our luck, shall we say, but we will very soon. Slowly but surely, most of the hotels and the apartment complexes are coming to understand what we do, with one exception, the Olympic Lagoon. One of the greatest hotels in downtown Paphos, but for some reason, well, they don't seem to want any free publicity. Apparently they think they know it all. But anyway, it's a great hotel, so we wish them all luck in the world, and we understand that everyone who stays there always says it's a great hotel indeed. Now, big shout out to Mr. Cornell. Yes, Mr. Cornell, and of course Miss Mandy, the BBU. Yes, what does BBU stand for? Well, that's a secret between Mandy and myself. We had a little chat yesterday. We bumped into them on the downtown gate of Paphos Promenade. They were having a very nice ice cream. So big shout out to you. I know you're still in downtown Paphos at the moment, but you're going back in a couple of days and you'll be wiggling and waggling in Hampshire. And well, Mandy is the greatest doctor's receptionist in the world. I understood that from the moment I met her. Great beaming smile, full of love, full of friendliness, and I doubt that you'll ever want to miss an appointment in that doctor's surgery for sure. And Mr. Cornell, well, you touched our hearts, that's for sure, and we hope that you stay with us and follow us on our journey, and now and again pop us in a comment, and we know exactly who you are, and you never know, we might even call you Nelly, because that's his nickname. There we are, superstar amongst superstars. And we hope that you've had a fantastic holiday, and we hope that yet again, coming back to Paphos has allowed you to renew your wedding vows. That's right, they came here on their honeymoon 3 or 4 years ago now, they were telling us. Great to meet you, and we hope to meet you again. If not in this life, well, maybe in the next life. You never know. So you lightened our day, you touched our hearts, and hopefully we're able to bring that little bit of something to you and all of our other viewers, because we do thank you for every single second that you watch. And talking about hotels, that is the Olympic Lagoon Resort right in front of us. Spectacular hotel, and a bit of improvements going on, and they'll be opening it up again very, very soon indeed, to welcome everyone to downtown Paphos. So here we are. This is Passidonis Avenue, or the Hotels Road to you and me, and you've got the Harbour Resort. I can't even say it, but it's a very nice resort there on the left hand side. You'll often see us chuchka dancing on some barrels and walking in their gardens. And then just further over here, you've got the Amavi Hotel, a truly great 5-star luxury resort. And every time I come past this hotel, I always think of one man, Joe Cox, his beautiful wife, Miss Debbie, and sorry, Miss Julie. My God, I'm confusing my Debbies and my Julies at the moment. I'm really, really sorry. My brain was somewhere else. Please accept my apologies. And of course, they brought with them their sister, Miss Kath, and she celebrated her 50th birthday. And on top of that, she brought her man, Mr. Colin, and he celebrated his 53rd. And they enjoyed it so much that they're going to come back and do it all over again next year. There's Stavros, and he's got Alex on his back. So that must mean that this is the Alexander the Great Hotel, one of the greatest hotels in downtown Paphos. And I promise you, Dayman, that hotel is waiting for you. And I'm pretty sure that the Jet2 app is counting down the days. Not long to go. Miss Fiona, you can have a great holiday there too. Miss Maggie. And of course, don't worry, oh so sweet, when you're done with the Olympic Lagoon, the Alexander the Great Hotel will welcome you back with open arms, that is for sure. And I'm sure at the bar there will be a glass of the Nigel Big Guns for our man, Mr. Nigel. Here we are, the final descent before we hit the downtown Paphos Promenade area. And of course you can't go down the promenade anymore because they've decided to pedestrianise it, which obviously is a very, very good thing indeed. It means now you can wiggle and waggle down there if you're a cat, if you're a dog, if you're a littlie, or if you're Mr. Jamie when you come next week and you've had a tot or two. You'll be pretty safe. Well, you never know, there might be a police car racing down there or something like that. But anyway, here we go. And Michael was asking about, there's a chap called Michael Crompton, if you understand me, one of our family members, goes way back. He's been with us a long time, and he was curious to know what's going on with Tea for Two just over here, because he likes to pop in there and get his breakfast. Well, it's having a full refurb, that's for sure. The whole block is having it, if you understand me, because some parts of it fell down well, about 6 months ago now, but some of it literally fell down, if you understand me. So they're now having a full refurb, but don't worry, it's going to come back kicking and buzzing back into life in about 6 weeks or so. So Andros, the manager, was telling me the other day. A lot of building going on around here, by the way. You can see they're converting all of this former hotel into townhouses and apartments. So if you're looking somewhere right in the middle of it, this could be that place for you. So this is the road that goes to the rear of the downtown Paphos Promenade, and we're going to come out to a little roundabout in a second. We're going to go past Papa Antonio Supermarket, and then the Basilica, Leptos Basilica Resort, and then we're going to come past a roundabout. At that roundabout we're going to go left down to the harbour area, and if you go straight over you go into the harbour main car park, and if you go right you would go back up the estate agents or the property sellers, or the what do you call them in realtors, isn't it, in America? That's what they call them, yeah. So property sellers, basically, street, and then that would bring you on to Tomb of the Kings Avenue, and you would join where the Paphos Mall roundabout is. So here's that roundabout in question, and we're going to go left. And here we go. This is the final descent down to the downtown Paphos Harbour area. A spectacular view indeed. A lot of well, jiggling and jaggling going on. They're still putting down some new cobbles over here. There's taxi rank just over here on the right hand side. They're waiting to whisk you away. But again, if you get in a taxi in Cyprus, word of warning, please take this on board and listen very carefully. They don't like to set their meters, so please explain where you're going and get them to understand, and please agree the price before you set out. A common trick in most places of the world. So be warned, check where you're going, clarify where you're going, and clarify the price before you even get into the back of the car, and you won't go far wrong. I'm going to say thanks for watching, and of course if you like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe, and come back for a little bit more of my madness, and have a look at that for the milkiest lakes in the world. Truly spectacular. And if you really like what you see, why not go through to our about page where you can consider to buy us a coffee or two. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. There you go, oh so sweet. A little bit of rough road for you. Just off the beaten track, and well, back to normal. Here we go. This is the rear of the Harbour car park. That's the temporary bus station just in front of us there. Thanks for watching.